So oftentimes this is the default position that you see inside the movies. You see this on TV. You've seen this in like the hospital birth culture. Most people end up giving birth on their backs. It's not because it's the most effective position. It's because it's the most convenient position for your care provider. So they're able to sit on a stool and watch as the baby's coming out. They don't have to do anything. Midwives, however, they do it in every position. They'll catch your baby while you're standing. They'll catch your baby while you're leaning over on all fours. They'll catch your baby no matter what you're doing. But doctors have been trained oftentimes with inanimate torsos, and they're sitting in front of these inanimate torsos that are on their backs and pulling a baby out that's slowly being pushed out by either a student is pushing on the stomach or the machine itself is mechanical and pushing the baby out that way. But the fact is that neither of these things are actual physiological birth. Up until the moment that people were giving birth on their backs because of some really creepy king who in France centuries and centuries ago, he liked to watch his mistresses and his wife give birth. He had that fetish, but he couldn't see anything when they were on all fours. He couldn't see anything if they were upright on the birth stool. So he started to order the women to give birth on their back with their feet up in the air so that he could see the whole thing. That's what he wanted. And because he was the king, what happened is the nobility followed suit. They're like, oh, this is how royalty gives birth, so this is how we give birth. And then because the nobles were doing it, then the bourgeoisie, the working class, the merchants, they saw that. And because they were the middle class at the time, they're like, we want to be like the rich ones, so we're going to do that. And then it slowly trickled down until finally everybody was birthing on their backs. And then this is also the point where the obstetric community came in and they invented the forceps. Again, this was because babies were getting stuck by moms being on their backs. So rather than recognize that, hey, maybe this new thing that we've started doing is not exactly effective and it's causing problems, they were like, no, women's bodies are just effective. So we're going to fix the problem because we like women on their backs. It's easier for us. So we're not going to go back to the way it was. We're just going to pull the babies out with forceps. This is actually how a lot of interventions came to be in birth, is that you mess with the physiological process and suddenly something's not working. Rather than take a step back and recognize that maybe you shouldn't have messed with that in the first place, which requires them to address their ego and say, maybe you don't know everything you think you do. They're not going to do that. They're just going to invent something else to make them still be the hero. Because unfortunately, maternity care is based on the idea of misogyny. Our bodies are defective, our bodies are broken, and that the medical system is this be-all, end-all, magical God that comes in and saves you. It's not true, though. You have the power to birth your baby. So please stay off your back, because this narrows your pelvic outlet. Not only that, but it's more painful to be on your back. Your baby gets less oxygen when you're on your back. Maybe if your instincts tell you to be on your back, you can do that. And there are cases where you'll sometimes be like, I need to be on my back for this contraction, or I need to be on my back for this moment for pushing. But other than that, most of the time, you're gonna be like, this is just too uncomfortable. I wanna be off my back. But you've been trained to believe that you need to be on your back in the bed because that's the way everybody's done it. Okay, so that's natural birth trap number 19. Again, if you want that guide, you go to empoweringmomsbirth.com/guide. You can pick it up. There's 20 traps. And please share these videos. If you're on YouTube later, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.